Hi everyone, in this video I'll give you an introduction to the Natural Medicines database. So to get there we're going to go into eLibrary from the home page, and at the top of the eLibrary you'll find the Natural Medicines website, which was formerly called Natural Standard. Now to access the site you need to come here via the eLibrary page and then click on where it says click here. This is set up so that when you click this button you're automatically logged into the site. If you just go directly to the site, you won't be able to gain access without subscription, which we've paid for, or actually Biotrace has paid for our students. So if we click here, and it'll open up a new page and open up the site. Okay, so you'll notice that there's two menus. We've got the menu down on the left here, quick access ones, and the menu along the top. We're going to start with this one up here, databases. Now the ones that are going to be most useful for you are food, herbs and supplements, and medical conditions down the bottom. So we'll start with the food, and you'll see that it's pretty easy to navigate. So the first page is showing all those that start with an A through to Z. So I'm going to go in and find vitamin C as an example, and then you'll get all the researched information they've pulled together from different journal articles on vitamin C. So anything that you find in natural medicines is backed up by research. Now we see on the left here there's some shortcuts that will drop us down on the page instead of needing to scroll. So the ones that are going to be useful are what people use this for, effectiveness, safety, herb drug nutrient interactions, so you'll be able to skip straight to these. So for example, if we go to drug interactions, and we'll see here, so there's a moderate interaction with aluminium, moderate interaction with chemotherapy, estrogens, etc. And so then you can read about those interactions there. Alright, and if we go up to effectiveness, it's put into categories, so likely effectiveness, so iron absorption, and we know that vitamin C changes the form of iron in the intestines so that it's better absorbed. So likely effective, possibly, we scroll right down here, possibly ineffective, so there's less research backing this up, and insufficient reliable evidence to rate. Okay, so you can use those headings as a guide to whether there's sufficient research backing up a use of a natural remedy. Now, do remember that this site is quite conservative. It's actually owned by a pharmacy organisation, so not necessarily going to be leaning towards the left into natural therapies. It is quite conservative in how they present the information. Okay, now up to databases again, and we'll go to medical conditions, and this is set up very similarly to the food, herb and supplements. So A to Z, if we go into an example into acne, similar structure, you've got your drop down links here, and the one you'll probably find most useful on the site is the integrative therapies one. Okay, so strong scientific evidence, so again it's in categories for vitamin A, with acne, good for zinc, unclear, tea tree, Google, traditional and theoretical, but lacking sufficient evidence, and then there's further ones there. So quite easy to navigate and get information on good options for treating a condition. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page, and we'll have a quick look on the left hand side here. So we've got interaction checkers. Now to use these, it's a slightly odd way they've set it up, but initially you're going to search for something, so I'm going to go for garlic. Now you'll see here the results it brings up includes food, products, drugs, etc. I'm going to click on garlic. Oh, actually it's already done it, it's brought it over to selected ones, and now we need to put in the thing I think there might be an interaction with. So if I go for warfarin, I'll bring that up without searching for the whole word. Click on there. When you've got two things in the selected agents, then it looks for interactions between them and brings up a summary. So interaction rating moderate, be cautious with this. If we click on view details, it brings up more information around blood thinning. Okay, so that's how you use that one. Similarly with nutrient depletion, you're going to choose nutrients, drugs, and see what they deplete in the body. So let's just choose one they've got here. So majorly depleting magnesium and potassium in the body. So out of interest, let's put OCP. I'm not sure if it'll come up with that. Okay, we'll go oral contra, and we'll just click on this one to remove it. Okay, so it's going to show you all the things, there's good evidence that the oral contraceptive pill reduces. So magnesium, lots of B vitamins, vitamin A. And again, you can click on it and get further details on each one of those. Okay, pregnancy and lactation, similar sort of process, but this time you're going to choose the particular herbal products that you're interested in using with someone. So let's go vitamin C again. Let's see what comes up. So here we go. So likely safe when used orally and appropriately, possibly unsafe, and then gives you the details. Okay, now we'll go into adverse effects. Now, when we went into the databases for food, herbs and supplements, it does have a section for adverse effects. So if you're already in looking at one of these, then you can go in and see if there's any adverse effects related to the condition you then want to use it for. You can also come in this way. So if we click on here, then let's click on the acne, and say we were looking at using grapeseed extract. It'll open up another page for the grapeseed extract, and then it'll drop it down to the adverse effects, and then you can have a read through there and see if it notes any. And if you want to do further reading from there, you can click on the reference number, and it'll give you the original information, which you can then type into Google and see if you can get open access to that. Some of them, of course, you won't, they'll be behind paywalls. Okay. Now, coming up, the one that I skipped out before is the effectiveness checker. So we'll click on here. So enter the name of a condition or a disease that you want to find a list of natural therapies for. Let's go acne again, stick with that theme, and click search. Okay, so likely effective, possibly effective, insufficient. So again, it brings you a list of possible therapies or products and nutrients that you can use, and it categorizes those in those same sections so that you can quite quickly identify which ones may be useful to use. So here we click on tea tree. It'll take us into the monograph for the tea tree, which is through, you can also get through the databases. So there's different ways, depending on which specific bit of information you want. You can use these checkers, or you can come into the database and you can go straight to a food herbal supplement if you want to do further reading on it, or you can go in via medical conditions. Just depends which way you're doing research for an assessment or for a client. Okay, that's about it. I hope you find this site useful, and if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Cheers.